I lived in survival mode for years, and you just don't have the brain space to do anything except to sometimes get to the next breath, the next
Yes.
moment, the next crisis.
Yeah,
You
we're
know,
not in
you
our cortex. We're not in our thinking executive,
no,
brain. We're in our primal survival mode. We're familiar, even if it's hell. Our
yeah,
brains like
yeah,
to conserve resources. They like what's predictable. And so that keeps us in that same pattern. Like, it's you're kind of addicted to stress, which objectively
yes,
you're like, no, no, I'm not. But yes,
yes,
you are.
yeah,
If you're modeling your behavior after what was set up, especially early on as a pattern, we're in that cycle and we don't even realize it because it's normal.
yeah. And then when you realize it, because I can remember starting to realize about the cycles and seeing the cycles in my life, but standing there and going through the cycles and not understanding why I'm doing that
Right.
and not understanding how to get around it.
Right. There's I have it throughout my book. Like, stop asking the clowns why they're clowns. Ask yourself why you go to the circus.
Ah,
Or there's
woo,
the quote about, I don't know if it's that strength is getting knocked down 7 times and getting up 8 times. And I'm like, you know what? I realized, okay, yeah, I always prided myself on being resilient and optimistic, but I'm like, I have the power within me to stop getting knocked down. I'm putting
yeah,
myself in these positions. I'm not a
right,
5-year-old child anymore. I
right.
can deal with this from a different reality. But if you don't realize that, and like you said, if you don't understand the why, so I had repressed and suppressed all my life, and when I realized that I was biding time and I wasn't happy with the way I was going through my day to day, I realized why repression wasn't working anymore. And then I was like, okay, great. I know why I have to heal now. Now, how? How do I heal?
Right.
It's not like, grief where you have like this, multi-step process and it's kind
There's
of
an outline in
explained.
front of you. There's different steps you need to take.
Right. So I'm like, okay, I'm all in now. What do I do? So it takes a lot of self-awareness. And I think, I had done some conventional psychotherapy a couple of times and I thought, okay, that's good. I'm done. That's it. But to me, all healing is self-healing. And to really heal, you need deep introspection and
Hmm.
self-awareness. And it's a daily practice, so going to therapy once a month or whatever. I mean, and again, everyone needs their outlet. Like, I found it more in friends and whatnot, so everyone does need an outlet. They do need to tell their story, because I think
Yeah.
the scariest thing is when, if you think that there's something, trauma so often is taboo, and if you think that there's something so
Yeah.
scary that you can't talk about it, that's not a path to healing.
No, no, that's going to keep you stuck.